I've been to a lot of countries as a digital nomad, but never have I seen something this majestic. On my first year as a digital nomad, I randomly found out about an obscure lake called Mammoth Lake in California. It looks amazing with these beautiful rock formations in the middle of the lake. It's so unique, and I thought I have to get there. But it's extremely difficult to get here because it's so remote. There are not a lot of stores around, not a lot of accommodations around, and the drive is treacherous but scenic. The lake's extremely remote location makes me wonder if I'll ever go there. But the universe works its magic. A friend of mine who lives in California told me she wanted to go with me. So off we go. Today I'm really glad that I'm finally here with my friend, and this is one of the best lakes that I've ever seen. In this video, I'll show you what Mammoth Lake is really like, why it's so much better than the more well-known but expensive and crowded Mammoth Lake nearby, and a few unexpected things we encountered along the way. This is the place to go. We're driving from the San Francisco Bay Area. To get to the lake, we'll have to drive through the famously scenic Highway 395. I've heard a lot about it, but now I've seen it with my eyes, I still couldn't believe it's real. It was one of those moments when I felt like I was in a movie. Bucket list item checked. Unlike the nearby Mammoth Lake, which is more popular, accommodation options near Mammoth Lake is extremely limited but much cheaper. We found this cute inn on Airbnb in a tiny village called Bridgeport nearby the lake. If you're coming as well, just know that it's either camping or you have to stay in one of these 2 to 3 lodges available. Luckily, we were pretty happy with this place. It's decently appointed, reasonably priced, and even comes with a backyard view. There are some practical difficulties of staying here, especially during the winter time. I'm not sure if it's the winter time, but almost every shop is closed. Nothing is opened. There are shops, but they're just all closed, which is very disappointing. So a tip for you is if you have a few people or if you're well prepared, you should bring your own food, your own hot plate, your own propane, just, cook for yourself. Otherwise, the only option that you're going to find in town is actually the inn that we're staying at is atrocious. So don't make the same mistake. Navigation to the lake was also not 100% accurate. We were lost for quite a while before we found the correct exit to get into the lake. We're now finally pulling up to the lake. Finally made it to Mammoth Lake, which is surprising because there's nobody here. Absolutely nobody. Okay, maybe one car, but everything is closed. It's really hard to find, and but it looks super cool behind. So we're gonna take a look. So this is the David Gaines Boardwalk. Apparently he loved this lake and founded the Mammoth Lake Committee. So beautiful. Given the amount of snow around me, one might be surprised or even concerned about my choice of outfit. But there's a secret. So this is a treacherous road. I'm wearing extremely thermal tights, even though they look like nothing. But I don't have snow boots. I just have regular boots that are actually waterproof. But we're almost there. Yay! Secrets revealed. Extremely thick thermal fleece tights disguised as thin stockings are my go-to choices for the winter. The more popular Mammoth Lake, it's only a 30-minute drive away. The day is still young, so we decided to check it out to see why it's more built up there. When we got there, we realized Mammoth Lake, it's a collection of smaller lakes scattered in different places. So because there's so many little lakes around Mammoth Lake, we just randomly picked one place and we decided to check out Convict Lake, which is kind of small, but it's really, I like it because it feels like you're surrounded
by all the mountains. It's not too big and not too many people here.
This trip was very healing for me as I was going through a personal crisis. They say nature heals like no others. It really does. And I bet our impromptu snowball fight with the lake played an important role.
Whoa!
The verdict? Mammoth Lake, it's a beautiful place too, but paying $400 a night, which is the prevailing hotel rate here, was certainly not great value to us. The privacy, serenity, and much lower prices at Mammoth Lake, it's definitely a better deal. Of course, no trip is complete without random discoveries unplanned. Before we ended the trip, we found out there's a natural hot spring called Hilltop Hot Springs nearby, so we hopped back into the car and drove there. As with everything around here, navigation can't be trusted 100%. It took us a while to realize we had to park somewhere with quite a bit of distance from the actual hot springs and hike up there. But I'm so glad we did because seeing steaming hot water coming out of snow-covered fields, it's an experience like no other.
We just drove through snowy mountains the whole day, and then now we passed through sort of this deserty landscape that's completely different. This is one of the best things about California, is that you have such variety of natural landscape that's within reach. You can do it within the same day if you want to. It's pretty incredible. Oh my god. So, like, hot springs is just oozing out like that. Look at this. Let's hear the sound. It's amazing. Like it's actually steam coming out of water.
We left Mammoth Lake in absolute awe of its beauty. Although there's much more to do in the summer, I was glad we came in the winter because water clear as mirror, surrounded by snow-covered mountains, is quite the scenery I'll never forget. If you travel to California, this hidden gem and the drive on Highway 395 is not to be missed. Stay tuned for another video about my wild journey as a full-time digital nomad working remotely while traveling the world. Subscribe to my channel and like this video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon next time.